And let's get ready to ramble. I got a lot to ramble about tonight, actually, starting with the fact that I am apparently still technologically challenged. And y'all are hilarious because I saw the bets you were making on how late I would be. And for once, I was actually sitting here like I thought I was going to be on time. I really thought I was going to be on time. We should turn this into like a drinking game. And if you don't drink, we can turn it into a hydration game. But yeah, I really thought I was going to be on time tonight, but the forces were not working with me. They're actually working against me. And for some reason, so here's where my brain was, right? My thoughts were that if I were to schedule out this whole live thing and be like, you know what, tonight is Tuesday and I'm going to go ahead and reschedule next week for Tuesday at 10, then I will be on time, right? Because it's already scheduled. I don't have to set everything up. Well, yeah, that's not what happened because for some reason it wanted me to do all this like software and like code and copy and paste and words that I don't understand for going live. So yeah, anyway, appreciate y'all finding me over here. And I appreciate y'all being on time because I sure as heck wasn't again. Yeah. We also got Dixie out here tonight in her zone. Anyway, well, Cowboy Jeff, I saw your bets you were making. Colton, glad you're on here. I was not 15 minutes late though, only like 10-ish. Adam, Jathan, Blue Liberty. I was about to say Jeff again, Cowboy Jeff. Bill's on here. What's up, guys? I'm glad y'all are here. I feel like I'm a little all over the place now because I was kind of freaking out trying to get this thing up and running. The shoot was really good today, Bill. Please read in wrestling announcer voice. So funny story about that. When Chad was debuting for his first wrestling match, I was like, maybe they'll ask me to be an announcer. So I was practicing my announcer voice just in case. And then my announcer voice kind of has a mix of like wrestling announcer meets MMA, like UFC announcer. So the fighting from this corner, even though that's not exactly what they do. But anyway, I do have an announcer voice. Where's the bunny's right there? If you can see her, we can just play Find the Rabbit. I'm also, okay, we talked about this one time, right? So I always have like something playing in the background. Sometimes it's a history show, sometimes it's something else. Max, what's up? Glad you're on here. There was one time that I was watching Snowflake Mountain, which was like a survival show for snowflakes trying to figure out how to survive and stuff. And then there was also another survival show that I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head. It was something similar. It was like a play on Survivor, surviving Alaska, surviving something or another. There's another one, and I don't remember what this one's called, so I'm about to check. Oh, Race to Survive Alaska is on in the background. Well, that's a commercial. Anyway, Race to Survive Alaska is on in the background, and I'm really excited about this show. I started watching it. It was the Monday night after WrestleMania. It did its first premiere. The only reason I know about it is because they had wrestlers do the advertisements, which is brilliant because I feel like if you're watching wrestling, having the wrestlers also do the ads that are on during the wrestling show makes you actually interested in whatever they're advertising. Mind-blowing, right? But yeah, these advertisers figured it out. So they had a tag team do the advertisements because it's a tag team survival show, and it's actually pretty good so far. I think we're like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I am very entertained by it. It's like Survivor meets Amazing Race, but you're in Alaska like alone. So yeah, anyway, I've seen it for let me try to read. Reading is hard tonight. I've seen a few promos for the Race to Survive Alaska show. Yeah, so have I. And I was on a flight, so I was kind of like a captive audience for them. But I was like, dang, this is actually a pretty good show. So I started watching it on the airplane. Anyone else have bad video quality? Anybody have bad video quality? Hopefully it's not on my end. I should have. It says I have good internet. Oh no, video lag. Okay, I don't know how to fix that. So if any of y'all, it's okay, hold on. Actually, I might know how to fix that. 1 second. Mm-hmm. My computer sounds like it's about to take off right now, so I'm wondering if that's like interfering. Okay. I just closed like everything. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, email, for letting me know that I just went live. It's always like 12 minutes late. Anyway. Okay, we got quality? We got quality? Is that what happened? I had I'm sorry. Background, perfect video quality. Okay, cool. So I had like all these things open, Lightroom and Premiere and Adobe, all these things open. So I think that's what was messing up my video. I'm guilty of always having too many windows and stuff opened. And my computer background is a mess. I have so many icons on it. It stresses me out every time I look at it, but we're working on that. It's like organizing your office, right? Obviously, I'm great at organizing my office because it still looks like this. But yeah, my computer looks the same way. At least there's not stuff like everywhere. But use 2 monitors. Yeah, that's like going to be next level, right? So right now I'm just using my Mac. I have what I think I want to do as far as like computer setup. And that would involve probably 2 monitors and a whole really nice zone that doesn't pick up and go with me everywhere. But right now, all I have is my MacBook. And hopefully we'll finish getting this whole room set up and I'll have something better to be able to work on and edit on, because right now trying to edit on the MacBook without an actual mouse, I do it, but I don't like it, which is why I don't do it enough. But on that note too, I have promising news for you. Tomorrow we're actually filming something, and then I'm gonna have a video. I'm gonna have a video here shortly. Actually, I've got two in the works. One should be going up next week, and maybe I don't want to make any promises about this week, but we're about to actually post some videos again, and I'm excited because y'all have stuck with me, and I appreciate it so much. Jump on here on Tuesdays, but yeah, I appreciate it so much. So we're gonna finally have some videos again, and I'm really excited. And if y'all have any ideas of like stuff you want to see, like please always drop them for me. Like I'm happy to try to entertain whatever they are as best I can, but I am excited about this. It almost looks like my rabbit is sitting on my shoulder. She does not have her Kilo 9er vest on tonight because I can't trust her not to chew on it right now. Anyway, for the first time after watching for over a year, finally got you live instead of using videos as a, oh my gosh, you use my videos as a podcast. First of all, bless you for listening to me ramble, not live. I can only imagine what that actually sounds like. But yeah, I'm glad you're on here. Nice to see you doing your thing again. Been a long time. Yeah, it has been. I had to get back into the situation of things. Also, we'll get into like everything that's been going on here in just a second. We're still kind of watching, or like, I don't know. I'm just rambling. That's what we do, right? Range competition between you, Alex, and Heather. Hey, that would be fun, actually. I need to see. I have met Heather. I've never like hung out with her. But I feel like we probably would have a good time. And then I need to go see Alex. There's more than 2 Jeffs on here. Are there more than 2 Jeffs on here? What happened? Dale, what's up? Glad you're on here. I finally got new videos coming again too. Hey, Swamp Dog Armory's got new videos coming again. And a podcast thing on Thursday nights. That's awesome. Yeah, she actually would be trying to eat my hair if she was close to me, probably, or just scratching me because she likes to try to build nests everywhere. Bill, how was your trip up to Atlanta? Anyway, if anybody else has anything exciting that happened this weekend too, please drop it. Stuff coming up for us too. I'm gonna try. My dad has been wanting me to do rifle matches, There's an indoor rifle match that happens around us, and he's been trying to get me to do these for like years, and it's once a month on Thursday nights. And it looks like I am finally going to get to participate in one of these. So he's excited about that. trying to think what else we've got going on as far as like events, dates type things. For once, I don't have any like overwhelming travel coming up, which is pretty crazy, but it gives us a lot of time to get stuff done around here. So maybe here in the very near future, that shelf that's been sitting in my corner will somehow end up on my wall. Also, this isn't supposed to be staying in here. We just needed a place to put it because I need to paint the other two rooms, and I don't want to at the moment. We're working on that. Also, this door is going to get painted eventually too. But eventually is the word of choice right now because I still have a lot of I have to had to go get more caulk because I've got to caulk all the trim around the bottom of the floor. Anyway, that's house stuff, but not that exciting. So I had an announcement this week that was pretty cool. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I'm working with Capital Armory, right? So if y'all saw that video, let me know. I won't repeat myself too much, but I'm pretty excited about this. I actually just got my fingerprinting kit in the mail this week. So if you're not familiar, they are a company. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. I've been watching a YouTube creator destroy their channel. What are they doing? Went to a location gun show. Hey, that's pretty cool. I was just talking. So this last week, I was on Rapidfire Radio with Cape Gunworks. If you aren't familiar with them, definitely encourage you to check them out. Their radio show goes live, I think, 5 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. But yeah, I was on last week, and I did a show with them last year. It was a 15-minute segment. This last week's was a whole hour, which is pretty crazy. But y'all know me; I'm pretty good at rambling. So yeah, it was good to be on there. I'll post a link to that too. I know it's up on YouTube, and I think I saw that they tagged me in it on Facebook, so I'll upload that. But that was pretty fun. It was good to chit chat with them again. And Dixie, I can't trust her on the floor anymore because she goes after my wires, but she's pretty comfortable up there most of the time. But anyway, so back to what I was saying about Capital Armory. They're one of the largest dealers with suppressors, NFA items, but suppressors specifically. So what they do is they have a process that follows all of ATF guidelines, but they hold FFLs in multiple states. So their process, you order the fingerprinting kit, you do all of that. They walk you through step by step of all the paperwork with the ATF. And then once you're done, you can actually get your suppressor shipped to your house. So I just got the fingerprinting kit. I'm obviously no stranger to NFA items, but I wanted to kind of see how this goes. If I'm going to promote something, I'd like to see how it actually goes. So I'm doing all of this with them. And so far, it seems pretty straightforward. Like I just announced this last week. Fingerprinting kit got here super quick. And I'm looking at it right now. I just keep glancing over there. I would show y'all, but it's really just it's really just like a white envelope. Really just a white envelope with their name on it. But yeah, I just got the fingerprinting kit. Pretty excited about getting that done. It's on my list of things to do this week, get it back to them. And then the paperwork starts. There still is a waiting period, obviously, as with everything ATF. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't really change with what they're doing, but it does take some of the headache and the questioning and the worrying that you did something wrong out of it. There's other companies similar to this, but no one else that's doing what Capital Armory is doing. So really excited about that. And I'm going to do a whole video on like how this works and stuff, a little more in depth, more like thought out instead of just me rambling about it, but pretty daggum excited about that. Painting is the dullest DIY to have to do. Yeah, it really is, especially when you're doing like lighter colors, right? So like downstairs in our main living area, the color is like, it's like, I'm trying to think of what color it actually is. It's like Swiss coffee or Swiss cream something or another. So it's like barely not white. Now when you put white next to it, it looks very not white, but it's barely not white also. So when you're painting, it's like, did I actually get that spot or did I not? And when it's wet, you can't tell. So yeah, it's a lot of questioning and a lot of repeat painting, and not my most favorite thing to do. Yeah, I will say once you get paint like in places you're not supposed to, I'm looking at it on the ceiling right now. It is oddly refreshing to go over that with paint, but yep. Reminds me of when I got my M1 Grand shipped to my house from CMP. Hey, that's pretty cool. I bought my first M1 Grand at CMP a couple years ago. I think it's 2018. Brownells is doing a road trip across America, and they were stopping at several different locations. One of them being the Talladega Speedway. So on our way there, obviously we had to stop at CMP, and they had this M1 Grand that caught my eye that had just been worked on. So it had a new barrel, and it was just such a good shooter. Yeah, so the price was too good to walk away from. And my dad is so bad about this, right? So having him with me, like you'd think, oh yeah, your dad is a voice of reason, but my dad is a voice of reason the opposite way. If he sees something that he knows I want and he also wants to be able to use it, he's like, oh, you really need this, until like tells me all the reasons why I need this. Instead of like, I don't have if it was it's not even an angel devil thing. It's like, I don't know what it would be. If y'all can think of like two different things that sit on my shoulder, I've got my dad and then I guess my rabbit right now. But yeah, he's the one that's like, buy it, buy it, buy it. You need it, you need it, you need it. And I don't always have something with me to be like, no, you could wait a little longer. Glad I didn't wait a little longer on the M1 Grand, but yeah, that's a thing. I did not know that you could get them shipped to your house though, from CMP. But that road trip across America was super cool. So I can't remember where they started. It was somewhere in Florida, I believe. And then they had a North Carolina meetup. And then there's several meetups all the way across America, right? So in Talladega, they went to the Speedway and we drove all around the Speedway, which was pretty cool. And then I met them again for the end of the leg. And we met up in LA. And we went to this prop house, which was super cool. And got to see like all the movie guns and talk to different like prop masters and armorers about how they do certain things. And at that point, like I said, this was 2018, so they had guns that they were using for what movie was Avatar. That was the most recent one that was released, and that was pretty cool to see those beforehand. They also had all the guns from the different Marvel movies and that kind of stuff, and really the most guns ever that I ever thought I'd see in California. So pretty cool. They were telling us, I mean, they showed us everything. They showed us like the prop house where everything's made out of foam. So it looks so realistic, but then you pick it up and it's like no weight at all. It's almost freaky. Sorry if I'm touching my hair a lot. My hair is in my face. Very self-aware tonight. A Brownells road trip sounds pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm reading in my head instead of actually reading your words. But yeah, it was amazing. It was one of the most awesome things they did. And like anybody could show up. They just tell you where they're meeting up and y'all could come in. So that was really, really cool. Looking forward to guncon. Me too. That's going to be awesome. I wish I could tell you all to come. But if you haven't already gotten tickets, then I hate to say it, but they did sell out already. Which is a great thing for them, but sad for anybody that would have liked to have gone, would have liked something like that, would have liked to have gone. Where would you recommend going for becoming a gunsmith? So there's a couple options, right? There's MGS Trade School and SDI are the first two that pop into my head. But if it's something that you're interested in, I definitely recommend going to school to become a gunsmith, because I don't know about y'all, if y'all ever have work you need a gunsmith to do, but we go to a couple of gunsmiths around here. Primarily we go see Ray at Moss Pond, but he's always like got a long list of things to do. Like he's booked up sometimes for months, depending on the work that you need done. So if you're wanting to become a gunsmith, I guarantee you're going to find work. Because I think it's a little bit hard to find a good gunsmith right now. Blue Liberty MGS Trade School. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, who's Blue Liberty MGS Trade School? I was like, I know MGS, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, MGS Trade School is the first one that pops into my head, and then SDI also. Graduated from SDI and looking into the MGS program too. There you go. He's been there, done that. That's awesome. This is why I love doing this, because we can like connect in the chat, right? And share different ideas. Yeah. And on that, I'm going to have a sip. Before the NDS, try to outlaw that too. Do y'all ever have moments where you just like completely blank on everything? No, this is not Dr. Pepper. So I wish I could say that this was actually tasty, but it's water with apple cider vinegar in it. So it's really not. It's really not delicious at all. It's really not good. Was that? I wish this. Yeah, the cup is. I actually have two, right? So I've got ice water, and then I've got apple cider vinegar water, and they're both bigger than my head. And this is hydration, and this is supposed to be healthy for you, but it's not good. It's not good. And I have a water bottle. Why do I have so many cups right now? My goodness. This big blue cup was like a set of 4 for $1 too at Kroger, and I am not mad about buying all of them. So, you see an Arsenal gunsmith Mark from his channel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've never used them for anything, but I love Mark. He's great. Just zone out for a second. Yeah. I zone out quite a bit. I also feel like I'm like, I don't know if it's because I just had a birthday and I'm getting older, but I'm like, I can't really see those words down there. I need like the large font in my chat. Got a second place at Maker's match this time. Oh, you got second place at the match. That's pretty cool. You used a gun you built on a box TV show and swapped out the parts. I don't know if I'm reading all this right, but that's pretty awesome. How do you get some Guntucky episodes on that? Is there a way to watch Guntucky? Because I never found this, but the last season they ever did was one of the first years that I ever went to Knob Creek, and I won. It may have been the second year that I ever went to Knob Creek, or like around there. Anyway, I got interviewed. I got interviewed by the crew that was out there, and I've always wanted to see if they included it, but I've never been able to find the episode. But yeah, I had just won the jungle walk that year, and I just found out, and then they interviewed me, and I was so daggum excited about it. So that'd be cool. I don't know how you get to stream Guntucky, but that'd be pretty cool. I could put my own videos on back there, I guess, and get myself some views. But no, I put the Survivor show on. Also, welcome, Pyrotech. Glad to see you in here. None of those old school orange cups. So I don't have any of those cups anymore. Yeah, they're all gone. They all got chipped. Not that I ever took any of those cups home from work, but I know I could gunsmith, but I went to school and signed treaties that I wouldn't use my education to make weapons. Interesting. Swamp Dog, you should absolutely go out there and collab with him. That would be awesome. He came out to the machine gun shoot, which was really cool to see him out there. Hey, somebody from Ohio, what's up? Do you know if it was season 1 or season 2? I don't know. I don't know. I would think it would be one of the last seasons if they actually included it. Because it was one of the last years I know they ever did anything with the show. So I'm thinking probably season 2. But if it's on there, please let me know because I would love to see it. And it would have been like baby Rachel talking about shooting guns and being excited. And my dad would be not unrecognizable. My dad would be recognizable. He hasn't changed much except his beard was shorter at that point. Actually, no, my dad changed a lot. My dad's beard would have been small and his hair would have been like very small. So he would still be a big bearded man, but oh man. That would be pretty cool. I'm so sorry. I just realized that you sent me a message about the shoot and I did not message you back. So I will do that after this. Sorry about that. Alejandro, glad you're on here. We are just chit-chatting and mostly rambling and talking about... We haven't hit any of our normal topics tonight, guys. What is wrong with us? What is going on? If y'all have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to take another sip of this apple cider vinegar because the idea is that I'm going to drink this whole thing before I go to bed, but reality says this is bigger than me, and I'm probably not. So, anyway. TikTok tree update. So I was actually out there earlier looking at it. I need to just get it removed because at this point it is 100% dead. And we lost several big limbs in a storm back in February, but we've also had like 30 to 45 mile an hour winds the last like 4 days, and a bunch more fell off that tree. And when it falls off that tree, it's like nailing into the ground. So gotta get that removed. It's definitely dead. I still think that something around Stranger Things happened because it happened all around that time. I watched the show and then the tree died. But yeah, we got to get that taken down. I have gotten so good with my chainsaw, but I don't trust taking that tree down just because it's massive. It's huge. And then it's also dead. So that kind of freaks me out. Also, my backup Charlie that usually helps me with trees. I don't think he's in the chat tonight, but he usually is. I don't think the two of us could handle this one because it is a really, really big tree. Jamie, no, not straight apple cider vinegar. It's like 2 tablespoons and then a whole lot of water. I tried to take a shot of apple cider vinegar like a couple years ago because I was like, how are you supposed to drink this? And I took a shot. Actually, my mom and I took a shot of it together. It was horrible. Never doing that again. Also, it like burned my esophagus, and that's not the goal of drinking this for healthy reasons. Because if you burn your esophagus, you're not doing yourself any favors. So I don't know a whole lot, but I do know that it is supposed to be good for you in some regard. And the only reason that I ever heard of people drinking apple cider vinegar, this is actually kind of a cool story. So this was a few years back. I think it was 2017. I got invited on a trip with the foundation. It was called The Few. They're a nonprofit organization doing a lot of amazing things for our veterans. The Foundation for Exceptional Warriors. And I got invited to go on a trip with them to Fort Bragg and jump. Well, two of our veterans, one Medal of Honor recipient and one Silver Star recipient, Joe Anello and Hiroshi Miyamura, were going to jump out of an airplane. So it was one of their bucket list items. They wanted to go skydiving. So I got invited to go to this, and I didn't really know what I was going to be doing there, except that I had the opportunity to, one, be there, meet them, and talk with them, which was incredible. But turns out that they actually had space that I could jump to. So I never wanted to jump out of an airplane ever in my life. But when I found out like an 87-year-old and a 90-year-old were going to be jumping out of an airplane, you can't say no, right? So I was just like, okay, great, we're gonna do this. I actually have a video of the whole thing that I haven't decided if I'm ever gonna do anything with it because it's kind of like just a special moment in general for me, but also I look terrified and felt like you have this funny cap on and then your face is like all the way back here. Yeah. So I went skydiving with them. And then I actually, we got to go to SEER school. So I got to tour SEER school, which was incredible. And if any of you have seen the Netflix series Medal of Honor, I think that's what it was called. There's an episode about Hershey. And in the end of it, you can see him giving a talk to everybody. I'm trying to remember exactly like how it was, but he was speaking to a whole room of people, and I was in the back of that room. I was there for all of that. So that was pretty cool. But more than anything, like we went out to celebrate Hershey's video. Let me get back to the apple cider vinegar. So we went out to celebrate Hershey's video. We went out to celebrate Hershey's birthday because it was his birthday while we were up there. And he tells everybody, he told that same group while we were there, that you should be drinking apple cider vinegar and honey every single day because it'll help you live long. And he is still alive today, and he's in his 90s, and he was jumping out of an airplane up until I think he was 90. I think that might have been his 90th birthday. I could be wrong. It was up there though. And he's still alive. Joe has passed on, but their story is absolutely incredible. If you don't know who Hershey and Joe are, you need to look them up. If I don't know who to talk to about this, but somebody needs to make an actual movie about these guys because their story is incredible. There's not a whole lot of, anything covering the Korean War, but they're Korean War veterans. Their story is incredible. Hollywood doesn't need any special effects to make this story. Like it's a story to us, but it's real life to them. You need to look them up. I don't know if I will keep Netflix after the false documentary they're going to put out. What documentary are they going to put out? Moonshine is great to drink. Yeah, if it's real moonshine, it's something. But some of the ones they sell at the stores aren't really like real. But I got some friends from West Virginia, so I know about that good stuff. There's a reason the Korean War is called the Forgotten War, sadly. Yeah, well, they included them on the Netflix series, but they really need to do a movie about Hershey and Joe. They have a book called Forged in Fire, so that could be something to look into. I have the book. I wish that I had the book when I met them because it would have been really cool to get them to sign that. I bet part of me bets that Hershey would have written something about apple cider vinegar, but yeah, anyway, definitely look up the book because that is their book. They wrote it together. They lived, if I remember correctly, they lived on the same property up until Joe died. So I hope that's right. I would hate to be sharing false information, but yeah. Oh no, is my internet messed up again? Cool. I'm glad you're writing it down. I should actually post something about that again. I posted it. It's been years since that happened, since I obviously went out there. But that was one of it's so people ask you like what's the coolest thing you ever did, right? I don't know what to say because there are things like that are just like so special. Like I got to sit at the feet of heroes and uh Korean War veterans and a Medal of Honor recipient and listen to their whole story. And like life story, like from the beginning, how Hershey wanted to be part of World War II, but he couldn't because he is a Japanese American, and so they were put into a certain camp, and like the entire story is just so incredible. Like I really, 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 really wish that this could be a movie so that people could learn about him because there's no way that he is going to be able to share his story with everyone, and there's no way that everyone is going to go to Netflix to watch one certain docu-series or docudrama because they did kind of take some liberties with his story, even with Netflix. So I don't know. I need a friend that's a screenplay writer or something because I would just love to see that happen. But yeah, I can rant about that for a while. um, but I think one of the most interesting parts of that whole experience was going to see Seer School with them and hearing from two different veterans. Again, what am I trying to say? Medal of Honor recipient, Silver Star recipient, both were in two different types of prison camps, and watching them go to Seer School and see what was there and listening to the similarities of what they actually experienced during their time as prisoners was just crazy. Like I don't even know how to explain it. But very, very special experience and very, very thankful that I had that and very thankful that I said yes when the opportunity popped up. So yeah, if I were you, I would look up the Foundation for Exceptional Warriors. I'd look up Hershey and Joe. I would look up Forged in Fire. And if you know any screenplay writers, send them my way because I would love to see that happen. That was a lot of, I gave y'all a lot of jobs tonight. Now I'm out of breath. Drink more of my apple cider vinegar. I haven't done the honey thing though. I can't get that one. I kind of want to eventually get bees, but um I'm also afraid of bees because I think I might be allergic to them after my situation with Yellow Jackets last year. Okay. Script doctor, who's that? Because I'm interested. All right, them jobs. You wear many hats. I feel the same way. I wear many hats, and I also have a hat for every occasion. So I actually have a whole like space in my dresser that is just hats. And I'm trying to figure out how that happened, but I think it might have stemmed from wearing many hats at work. Because I used to do, oh my gosh, what all did I even do? Um, Anyway, it was a lot. Never had moonshine. I want the real moonshine jar recipe. That would be cool if you could get some. Oh no. I read hiccups and now I'm thinking hiccups. Oh no. I'm sorry. I just kind of glanced at the TV behind me and I was thinking, so these guys are like hiking around Alaska, right? And I am surprised. I'm sure if they bumped into I'm sure if they bumped into the bears, they would obviously include that on their in their footage. But I'm surprised at how few bears they've actually seen. Chat GPT is cool, but he is a real dude that writes cool stuff. Okay, that's pretty cool. I have dabbled with Chat GPT. My husband, he is a lot more tech savvy and he likes to like keep up with all those things. So like all of the different AI things. I didn't know how people were getting those photos of them done by AI until he showed me like the different apps and all that. And then Chat GPT. We have played with that, and that was pretty cool. I got them to, well, I'm not going to tell y'all what I asked them to do. Let's just say I may have had ChatGPT help me write like a song about my dog and a story about a cow that I don't have yet. So, that's kind of the stuff I've dabbled with them. Never like, hey, write me a screenplay about these two amazing heroes, but that'd be cool too. But I would rather employ like an actual human if we were, or not employ, but I'd rather work with somebody that could actually use this for their livelihood instead of a computer. Do any of y'all listen to what is it called? I can hear the intro in my head. Dell Technology. Trailblazers. It's a podcast called Trailblazers, and they go through like different categories, whether it's like pets or dentistry or I'm trying to think. Retirement was one of them, and they kind of go through like the history of retirement. I think ice cream was one of them too. Anyway, they go through like the history of whatever this topic is, and then they get into like modernization and where it took off, or like the inventor of this or that. And then it goes to like crazy sci-fi, like too futuristic. Um, Definitely think that that would be fun for y'all to listen to too. Dale, good night. Thanks for hopping on here. I'm sorry I've been rambling about literally nothing like firearms since the first 10 minutes. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Distraction. Anyway, it's a cool podcast. Sometimes I'm just wonder about what goes on in my head because all I can hear is like the entrance or not entrance the intro to that podcast like playing over and over again in my head. And it's just like an original podcast by Dell Technology. But it's a really interesting podcast. Like half the time I end up getting like heated. Like we'll be my husband Chad and I listen to it while we're driving a lot. And so it's like something informational, and then sometimes it introduces you to a new company because like I said, it gets futuristic. So sometimes it introduces you to a new company that's up and coming, and you're like, why would anybody be wasting their money investing into this kind of thing? Or sometimes it's like, hey, that's actually pretty cool. Like we should look into that. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's called Trailblazers, and they have no like rhyme or reason for how they put out podcasts. It's like some pop up every 3 months, kind of like my YouTube channel, guys. Videos pop up here and there. Working on that. Again, I appreciate y'all sticking in here, but yeah, interesting podcast. If any of y'all have podcasts you want to recommend too, please let me know because I am always looking for something to listen to, especially when I'm traveling. And I'm not running out, but it's always just refreshing to have something else. Sunny Delight, what's up? Glad you're on here. Um, 3 more banks about to fall fail this week. I saw the one today. So yeah, it seems like it's kind of started on the West Coast and it might be like moving this way. I don't know. It's kind of nerve-wracking though, huh? Or if y'all have any feelings about that, like let me know. I'm interested to hear what y'all think. I kind of use like every different outlet, right? So I listen to like a couple of financial people on TikTok primarily just to see what they think about what's going on. I like to hear what other people think, especially people that call themselves experts in areas, because that's just an interesting term, right? Especially like I don't know if I want to get into this topic because I don't know if y'all want me to rant about it. I don't want to turn this into Rachel rants because Rachel rambles is just so much more fun, right? But the talking heads on like news stations, right? So I still watch the news, even though 90% of the news is just what they want you to hear. I do still watch it because it's, I think, kind of important to hear what everyone else is hearing, right? You want to know what people are hearing. So when somebody talks to you about something that's completely bogus, you know where the source is. And 90% of the time it's from mainstream media. So yeah, the talking heads where they're like, and here is an expert of this. I don't even know how they define expert anymore, but it's just interesting. It's like one of the loosest terms. You can be an expert of anything. You can be a professional. I don't know. It's just interesting. Maybe I should start a full nonsense podcast. Uh, rambling would seem to be well structured. I think you should. I think you should do it. Cleared Hot and Mic Drop and Sean Ryan show or podcast I watched. I'll have to copy that. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Peter on YouTube. He's pretty interesting talking about current events. He's a geopolitical analyst. Tucker Carlson. Anybody have thoughts on that? Mainstream media is just something else. We actually watch a lot of like other countries' news networks here. And again, that's thanks to my husband. He likes to stay on top of all of this, and I appreciate him for making sure I stay informed. Because every now and then, I won't lie, every now and then I just like won't turn on the news for a little while. Like specifically on my birthday, I did not know anything about what was going on at all on March 27th because that was my birthday and I wasn't paying attention to like anything news network or any of that because I just wanted to have a good day. And then I texted somebody about something that happened in Georgia because word got to me that the ATF had gone to one of our largest gun stores here and brought like 12 different ATF agents, and they weren't calling it a raid. They were just calling it an regular inspection. But why did they send like 12? It was a ridiculous number of ATF agents for them to send for a regular inspection of Adventure Outdoors is the place that they went to. And it's just kind of crazy. But then when I texted somebody about that, I found out about Nashville and the shooting that happened there. And it was just like, this is why I wasn't watching the news, which again I don't know. It was just a lot. So every now and then I like to not watch the news, just to like have a break. But I also appreciate my husband like making sure I stay informed on things because it's important that you stay informed. But it can be if you like get sucked into like the negativity of what is all happening in the world, it can be a lot. And then sometimes it's nice to just go outside and look around and see the beauty of nature. So yeah, I don't know. I'm all over the place right now, but I'm reading y'all's comments. You can find all 3 here on YouTube. Cool. Okay, I will write those down. Forgotten Weapons is a cure for my boredom. I do appreciate some Forgotten Weapons. We also watch a lot of Sea and Arsenal because it's interesting to see like their tests on different old school weapons and see kind of like what their thoughts are. I do really like their stuff. Nice to see you and hear from you always. We will never figure out how to fix things if we don't talk to each other. Absolutely. ATF is poo-poo. Can we get an amen? Anybody got that shirt? I got a lot of amens going on in here. Don't worry about it. I am the news. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Bill, who is the news, he updates me on all things weather. And I appreciate him so much. I do actually watch the weather 90% of the time, but I don't get the weather that you get. So like mine's just like the wind's blowing today. It never like actually tells me any truths. What's your favorite gun movie? Like Lord of War? Oh my gosh. That's kind of a hard one. I've never really thought about that much. I'm gonna have to think on that and get back to you. Colton, you did get that shirt? That's hilarious. I don't know if I'm like a worrier or something, but yeah, that definitely, if I watch too much or if I like go down the rabbit hole of something, like it can get daunting. And then again, like, yes, there are a lot of nerve-wracking things happening in the world. And yes, there are some really bad things that happen every day. But sometimes if you are to just step outside, then it's like everything is okay right here. But then that can be daunting too, because you're like, if somebody were to never watch the news or know what's going on, they'd have no idea because what they're experiencing right here seems perfectly fine. And then they wake up and freedom is gone. See, I'm going down the rabbit hole right now, right? Excuse me. I watch news clips on YouTube. I do as well. Because I have access to all the broadcast news wires and direct line to National Weather Service. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. All I know is I definitely appreciate it. Even when I'm out of town and I get some of your messages, I'm like, let me call my dad, let me call my family and let them know what's going on so I know they're safe. Boondocks is a great movie, but Westerns are also great. Westerns are really good. There's a lot of good Westerns. Anybody a Lonesome Dove fan here? Because I do love that. I am all for sharing shows and movies that y'all are into because I typically always have some sort of something playing in the background. Every now and then I watch something and it gets me like hooked where I have to actually pay attention to what's going on. Also, Chad and I are looking for a new show, so because we're kind of caught up. This is the first time that he's been home for this long consecutively since 2020 when everybody was home for a little while, but yeah, we like we're caught up on all our shows. Kind of crazy. I've been watching the congressional hearings through YouTube. I've been watching quite a few of those too. I don't do any of y'all subscribers to either Langley Outdoors or Guns and Gadgets because I do try to typically watch the live streams when guns all over the place. Let's try to talk here. I typically watch the live streams when Guns and Gadgets goes live following a congressional hearing. And then I like to see what all they're doing. I like to keep up with everything through both of those. And sometimes I do a video on the same topic, and I still usually watch both of those. Or sometimes I'll listen to those if I'm at the gym walking or like doing Stairmaster. Hate stair climbers. But if I'm doing one of those things, I usually turn one of those guys on and listen to whatever topic they're covering. So nothing like listening to people talk about infringement on your freedoms to get you hyped up enough to like walk up a zillion flights of stairs, right? Sometimes those get me really hyped up and I'm like, I wonder what these people next to me are thinking while they watch me watch a YouTube video and walk up these ridiculous stair climbers. But whatever. You wait till the hearings are broken into short clips. I can definitely understand that. Tora. I haven't watched all of these, but I'm going to have to put them all on my list. But I have seen Tora. True Grit. I like the original a lot better than the new one. But the new one has good parts too. But the original, you should see that one. But also now that you've seen the new one, you might not like the original one as much. I don't know. Sometimes it goes that way. But the original one I thought was better than the new one. So, very motivational. Yes. I feel like I've made no dent in this water. Oh my gosh. What shows are you currently keeping up with? Okay, so right now we have a few I don't really have a show that we're keeping up with right now, right? Like not an every Wednesday night thing except like live shows. So or not live shows. So we watch Survivor every Wednesday night. I love Survivor. It's super interesting to me. We also keep up with wrestling. So that's like Monday, technically Tuesday if you watch NXT, Wednesday, Friday, and then sometimes different weekend events. But as far as like a TV show that we're watching every week, I don't really have one right now. We kind of usually wait for things to go on like Netflix and then we have them to watch when we can. Mandalorian just ended, so don't have that to watch anymore. I'm looking for recommendations there. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Great. That cup looks like a 2-liter. I don't think it's actually 2 liters, but it's a massive cup. Favorite genre of music? That is a hard one. Like I am the kind of person that can go from listening to yodeling to listen to like scream music to listen to like old country, and I'm talking like old country, like Merle Haggard, or like I literally like everything. I watched Oak Island with my dad before you came on. So we were actually have any of y'all seen Murder in Coweta County? Because we just started watching that, and it's got oh no, I lost her name. Johnny Cash is in it, and why did I lose his name? Andy Griffith are both in that. And then it's like based in Georgia, so for me it's kind of interesting because I'm like, I think I recognize that old house. We drive by it all the time. Okay, Max. So sorry, I just saw him say you should try out for Survivor or something. It might be fun for you and Chad. So I have tried out for Survivor. I actually talked with the casting director a few years back, and I am probably gonna try out again because so when you try out, they have your email on a list, and then once you've tried out, you can't keep entering through that same email. So you have to get a new email. But I will probably try out again. The last time I tried out, I was still at Hooters, and I think it's been 5 years ago now. Oh my gosh, it's been 5 years ago because they called me on my 25th birthday and let me know. I was talking with the casting director, and they let me know that they already had somebody that was too similar to me coming on that season. So I don't think there's anybody that's similar to me that's been on the show, but that's my opinion. So, yeah, I would love to be on Survivor. That's a goal. That's a goal. That's a bucket list item. That's something that I've got to do. That'd be pretty daggum cool. And if I don't get on Survivor, Chad and I have been talking about maybe doing Amazing Race or like trying to do Amazing Race because I think we'd probably be good at that. Also, this show that's in the background, if they do another season of that, is kind of interesting to me. The American Ninja Warrior? Absolutely not. I am not a ninja. As much as I'd like to think I was, in certain scenarios, I am not a ninja. Those people are athletic. Actually, One of the American Ninja Warrior girls just debuted. She just got drafted to, oh shoot, I can't remember if it was Raw or SmackDown, but she just got drafted in WWE. So kind of cool. There's a couple of Ninja Warriors over there. Yeah. I think her name was like Kat or something. They changed her name in wrestling, which is kind of weird because she already had like name recognition, but they tend to do that. So yeah, not a ninja. Would be cool. Not for me though. Right now I'm still injured from my daggum Achilles situation. I actually jogged today though, and I was so excited. I don't really love running except for when I played soccer, but to be able to run if you want to or need to is kind of important. And I have not been able to run since I messed my Achilles up. And today I jogged for the first time, and I'm so happy about it. So anyway, um Ninja Warriors. I can't believe y'all are talking about ninjas over there. To simulate that's impossible. Yeah, that thank you. I agree. Um Strange New World. Fistful of Dollars, seen that one. If we get 18 yes ninjas, that has to be the no. I'm sorry, it can't do any sort of ninja thing. My sister and I are doing one of those mud races, or like I don't even know what you call them, but it's supposed to be kind of like a terrain race that you have to help your partner like go over obstacles and stuff. So we're doing that in June, which I think I have to be able to run for. So that's kind of why I started attempting to jog today. Um yeah, so that should be interesting. I think I'm gonna get shirts made that say ruptured ducks because I think that's gonna be our team name, especially since I have an Achilles injury. So yeah, we're gonna be the Ruptured Ducks. We're doing a train race in June. Should be fun. It might be embarrassing, but it should be fun. It's not Mud Rudder, it's a or Mud Rudder, Mud Runner, but it's something similar to that. Also on Big Brother a couple of years ago. Oh, that's pretty cool. Bill, you know Brittany, but I think she would be good on Big Brother. As a history buff, I love Curse of Oak Island on the History Channel. Okay, I'll have to look into that one because that'd be really cool to watch, I think. To me, it's the only good thing left on the History Channel these days. The History Channel, if I was skimming through it, I wouldn't even know it's the History Channel because the stuff they have on there is weird. Cowboy Jeff, I appreciate the thumbs up for our Ruptured Duck team name. The Ruptured Ducks, me and my sister. I think it's pretty fitting. Also has its own historical context. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm not thinking that I'm gonna finish that by the end of the night. Um, is the same leg you had the cast on. Actually, yeah, it is. I was like, let me figure out. So the cast had nothing to do. It wasn't a cast; it was a boot. But it is the same. It is the same one. And I need to pull that boot back out actually because that would be the boot they would probably want me to wear to keep my leg right for the Achilles injury. But I'm I don't know. I think I'm towards the end of it though. I think I'm towards the like healing part. I did jog today. It wasn't 100% comfortable, but it wasn't crazy painful. I was at my friend Ashley's a couple weeks ago, and she has a pretty young baby right now. So she was trying to feed her child, and her 10-year-old wanted somebody to play with. So we went outside and we were playing catch for a little bit. And he was like, "All right, you're gonna bat." So he pitched for me because he's playing baseball now. So he pitched, and I hit it, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I'm not gonna let this guy tag me out before I get to the tree." Because we were running to a tree as base. And I tried to run as fast as I could, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot I can't run." And my Achilles was like killing me. Like I didn't think I was gonna be able to walk. So yeah. Yeah, that did not work out. Um, but it is getting better. So that was a couple weeks ago. Then I stretched it really good, and then I think that we're on the up and up. Um, it's not the Spartan race. I'll have to look at what the name is. I have it in my phone, I think, but I do text her like every other week, and I'm like, hey, what's the date for that? Even though it's in my phone. So I'm sure she's going crazy. I do need to probably order those shirts soon too. But I don't know what I want the logo to look like. Something ruptured duck. That's what we're gonna go with though. Alien Channel. It is the Alien Channel at this point. If you like survival reality shows, you should watch The Island with Bear Grylls and Treasure Island with Bear Grylls. It's a British show, but they did like a few American seasons. Okay, that'd be interesting to watch. They also had a British version of all these Alaska shows. I did not get into that one though. I kind of tried to watch it, but it wasn't working. Brit would be really, yes, she would be really good at Big Brother. So I'm kind of hoping she'll actually apply. I would obviously cheer her on. All I hear is you're a great babysitter, and I have a 7-year-old. And a 3-month-old. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I don't know if I'm a great babysitter, but I did try to like actually play baseball, and he's actually like trying to be a pitcher. He said that's his favorite activity in baseball. So I was trying to let him do as much as he could of that, but then he's like, "Oh, you're not really good at batting, so you can pitch for me." And I'm like, "I'm not really good at pitching either, and I'm not really good at running." So yeah. And then his mom saved me. By coming out there because she was done. But yeah, it worked out. I was actually over there with her a little bit today. She was doing photos for me, so yeah. Anyway, so we made it a whole hour. What the heck? That means it's after 11, which means it's also past my bedtime, which means I have to drink all of this really fast. I'm not going to chug it on here, but yup. Chug, chug, chug. No. No. Okay, so again, I apologize for being late tonight. I actually thought that I was not going to be late. I thought I had everything under control. But next week I'm gonna figure it out because I would like to schedule these things out ahead of time, right? But I obviously don't want it to get scheduled and then get messed up. So we're gonna try that again. I'm about to call it a night. And then videos coming soon, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. There have been a couple of requests for an update on our range we built out last year, so that one will be coming up. We're also working on it this week to get the things that we need updated so that we can use it a little bit better, because right now we have a little bit of trouble with the drainage and the angle being a little bit too steep. So getting all that done this week. I'll have a video out about that, and then I've also got like other videos that are more fun. But if any of you think of things that you'd like to see, please let me know, because like I said, I'll try to make it happen if I can. And until then, until then, all right. Well, good night, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see y'all next week. Hope y'all have a good night, and I appreciate you being on here with me. And I'm gonna go chug this water.